Okay, so, and I'm going to end up scrolling down, so you'll have to refer back to what you've got on your paper because you put the numbers on there. Okay, so we're going to add some letters here. So we're going to put a lowercase cursive L for this line, okay, and then a lowercase cursive M for that line. And then the transversal, we're going to put a lowercase n. Okay, now we're just going to label things so that we know which is which. Okay, so you're going to put line n is, you don't have direct cursive, sorry, is the transversal. Okay, so transversal is the line that cuts through the other two lines. Okay, and then L and M are what to each other? Parallel. So we're just going to put the symbol for parallel. Okay, so L and M are parallel to each other, rather than writing it out in words. Okay, we good so far? Because I'm going to scoot this down. Okay, so you're looking at your drawing because I'm going to have to scoot down so you can't see all of the numbers. Okay, we're going to list out the corresponding angles. Okay, so corresponding angles. And then we're going to put that they're congruent to each other. Okay, so put the congruency symbol, which is the equal sign with a little squiggly. Okay, corresponding, don't draw this, it's just for you to be looking at. Corresponding is taking those two parallel lines that we had and separating them and looking at them as two different drawings, okay? Corresponding would mean they're in the same location. So like if I were to describe it, I'd say upper left, okay, upper left, or upper right and upper right, okay? So you're going to tell me the angle numbers that are corresponding. So angle 1 is corresponding to what? Angle 5. So angle 1 is corresponding to angle 5. Okay, what about 2? What is it corresponding with? 6. Angle 2 is corresponding to angle 6. 4 to 8. And what is my last pair? 3 and 7. Okay, so corresponding is the only one that has 4 pairs. Okay, the other ones that we're going to list are just going to have 2 sets. Okay, so corresponding means same location. Now the rest of these have to do with the location it is with the transversal and the parallel lines. So we have alternate, which has to do with the transversals on opposite sides, okay, or we have same side. And then we have interior and exterior. So interior and exterior has to do with the parallel lines. So these would be interior, right? And then this up here and this down here would be the exterior. Okay, so we have 2 words that are going to describe what we're looking for. Okay, so the first one we're going to write, we're going to match up the numbers, is alternate exterior. We're just going to abbreviate. Okay, alternate exterior are also congruent to each other. Okay, alternate exterior. Alternate means on the opposite side of the transversal and on the outside of the parallel lines. So if I were to pick angle 1, alternate exterior to that would be what? 7. Okay, so angle 1 and angle 7. Okay, angle 2. 8. Okay, remember I said there's only 2 pairs for all the rest of these. Okay, so what we're looking at, don't draw this. You have your drawing that's on there. So alternate exterior, alternate means on the opposite side of the transversal, and then exterior meaning on the outside of the parallel lines. Okay, and then this one and that. Okay. All right, so we did alternate exterior. So now let's do same side exterior. same side exterior. You look at your drawing, same side exterior. Do they look like the same angle sides? Like, we don't know what the measurement is, but like you have to keep them too. Same side exterior. Same side of the transversal. So it'd be this one and this one, okay? And on the outside. Do they look like they're both the same angle measurement? No. Okay. So we're going to put that they are not equal, okay, but they are equal to 100. So we're going to put not equal, but we do know that they're going to add to equal 100. Or what, not 100, 180. Because one's a cube, one's a tooth. Okay, and we'll explore that in just a minute. Okay, so same side exterior. So angle 1 would be with what?
8.
8. We're just going to put it at 8. And then we're going to put equals 180. Okay, so 1 and 8. What's the other pair? 2 and 7. So equals 2 equals 7. Okay, one's a cube, one's a 2, so they're not congruent to each other. Okay, so we've done both of the exterior. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have alternate interior and same side interior. Okay, and then we're going to talk about vertical angles, which we already know. Okay, so we're going to look at alternate interior. Okay, so if you look at your drawing, alternate interior ones, do they look like they're the same angle measurement? They are. Okay, so they're correct. Okay, angle 4. 6. Angle 4 is congruent to angle 6. Okay, what's my other pair? Angle 3. Congruent to angle 5. Okay. Okay, so we did alternate interior. Now we need to do same side interior. Okay, same side interior. Do they look like they're the same? Same side interior. They're not, right? So again, they're not equal to each other, but they're going to add to equal 180. Okay, so same side interior. What is a pair? Same side of the interior. Same side of the transversal on the inside of the parallel lines. 4 and 5. Okay. So 4 and angle 5, giving 180. What's the other pair?
3 and 6.
3 and 6. Okay, so they're going to have drawings for you and give you information, and they're going to ask you to pick, is it alternate, same side, corresponding, like, so you need to know what those mean, okay? Then we also know, should they be the same length or the same measurement or different measurements. Okay, now back up. You don't need to write anything. This is something we've had in our last 2 sections. When angles are, so you're just listening, when angles are across from each other like this, there was a vocab word that started with a V. What? Vertical angles. So vertical angles are congruent to each other, right? Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, vertical angles are congruent to each other. So 2 and 4 are congruent to each other, and 1 and 3 are congruent to each other. Okay, so what are the ones that are next to each other called? Like 1 and 2. Supplementary is one word. What's another one? Adjacent's another word. One more. Starts with an L pair. Linear pair. So any of those will work, okay? And I have all 3 of them down for every single answer when they ask for the ones that are next to each other. So it just means that they're going to add to equal 180, right? So supplementary line means 180, and then adjacent means next to each other. So they all should add to equal 180. Okay, so here's our first problem that we're writing out. Remember, you don't get the points if you don't write the whole thing out because you won't understand what the problem was. Okay, so number 41. Says identify angle 1 and angle 6 as corresponding alternate exterior, alternate interior, same side interior, or none of these. So you're writing this out, draw a small sketch. You don't need a big sketch. And really, you only need to put 1 and 6 in your sketch, because that's the only ones that they're asking about, where the location of it is. And you can abbreviate on these if you want to, kind of like what we did on the other. Okay, so we're looking at 1 and 6. Okay, so corresponding, remember, they're in the same location. So 1, in order for it to be in the same location, would be number 1. 5, and it's not. So we know it's not corresponding, okay? Alternate exterior would mean they both have to be on the outside. Well, this one's on the outside, 6 is not. Okay, so you know it's not that one. Alternate interior, they would both have to be on the inside. Well, 6 is, but 1 is not. So you know it's not that one. Same side interior, again, interior. We only have 1 that's on the interior. So there has to be what? Nothing. Okay. So you can either circle it or write none when we go to grade it. Just make sure whoever's grading it can find your answer. Good on that one? Okay, next one. We only have a total of 3. And again, you can abbreviate T or F. So true or false, in the figure shown, the measure of angle AED equals 100. And if AEB and AED are vertical angles, then AEB has to be 1, or has to be 8. And then just draw a little sketch. Okay, we good? Okay, so we need to understand the vocab that they're talking about. Vertical, when they're vertical angles, what do we know about them? They are either equal or they add to equal 180. Vertical angles. What do we know about vertical angles? They're congruent, right? They're equal to each other. They're the ones that are opposite of each other. And then the ones that are next to each other would add to equal 180, right? So they're kind of going back and forth here between vertical, and then these two would add to equal what? 180. So something's not right here. So let's go here. So we have AED. So AED, this angle right here is 100. And it says if AEB, so AEB, this angle right here, and AED are vertical angles. Are those vertical angles? No, they'd be linear pair, right? Which would then make it 80. So this makes it false. This could be 80, but these are not vertical angles. This one and this one would be the vertical angles. Okay, so they use the wrong vocab word. Okay. So you got to pay attention to that as well as the numbers. Okay, last one. Okay, so PQ and RS are parallel, which that is true. So they want us to find the measure of angle 1 in the figure below. Okay, these are not the same angle measurements, so they're not going to be congruent to each other, right? This one would be 61 because they're vertical angles, okay? This is adjacent or linear pair, so it means they add to equal 180. So to find the missing one, we would subtract from 180. Okay, so my answer is 119. So either you write it in your drawings or you cut it off to the side when you go to figure it out. So they're either equal to each other or they're going to add to equal 180, so you find the missing one. Kind of remember this from last year? Hopefully. Okay, so notes very, very short. So I would say the last 7 minutes of class we should be able to grade. There's only 15 for you to do, and a lot of them you're just looking and writing true or false or circling. So we'll grade before you leave. Make sure you cross off the ones that we already did, so you're not doing those things.